The internet at the turn of the millennium was a screeching, dial-up Wild West, a place where anonymity was the default, and anyone could claim to be anything. In the year 2000, a user appeared on a public forum with a specific story. He claimed to have traveled back from the year 2036 on a military mission. Other users were quick to dismiss the post as another elaborate hoax, demanding proof that he actually knew what was coming. The traveler responded with a list of near-term geological and biological events. He predicted a series of massive earthquakes within months and a global disease outbreak that would follow in a few years. By providing short-term, verifiable data rather than vague sci-fi prophecies, he turned his story into a puzzle that the public could track in real time. He first pointed towards specific geographic zones, warning that devastating earthquakes were imminent. Shortly after he posted, a massive earthquake struck Peru, leaving rescue teams to clear the stone ruins of historical sites. Egypt was also named in the post, adding a layer of geographic precision that seemed too accurate to be a lucky guess. The stranger then shifted to a biological warning, stating that a major disease outbreak was scheduled to arrive in the near future. As the first few events aligned with the headlines, mass curiosity took over. The accuracy of his near-term calls gave his long-term warnings a terrifying weight. The traveler explained that the public had become desensitized to doomsday claims for a reason. He noted that society is regularly fed rumors of world-ending events every few years, creating a cycle of fear that rarely results in any real change. The 2036 event he described centers on a systemic technical deadlock. This involves a catastrophic malfunction within the global internet infrastructure, triggered by a flaw in the way our technology handles its own foundation. He claimed the danger comes from an inevitable breakdown in the technology we use every day, a flaw that has been part of our digital architecture from the beginning. This is a cascading failure. One foundational bug spreads instantly, causing interconnected systems to reject communication. This network paralysis immediately freezes global technology. When the servers fail to function, all worldwide tech infrastructure effectively ceases to exist. Physical stock exchanges go silent. The complex wiring that connects global markets becomes a series of dead cables. The failure moves to the physical world. Modern power grids rely on constant network data to balance electricity. Without it, the transmission lines go cold. Everything we rely on, money, power, and the movement of goods, is now tethered to this single, fragile digital foundation. This brings us back to the central mystery. Who was the man who posted those warnings in the year 2000? If we investigate the technical claims themselves, his diagnosis of our digital fragility matches the concerns of modern computer science. This chart compares internet-connected infrastructure in 2000 to the systems of today. We have moved from isolated networks to a state of total exponential integration. Global engineering has prioritized the convenience of instant connectivity, systematically removing the air gaps and manual backups that once provided structural resilience. Because we have built our world on a single layer of code, any foundational error in that code becomes a threat to the physical world outside. The 2036 prophecy describes a disaster that is mundane and bureaucratic, a failure of maintenance rather than a cinematic apocalypse. We can see the warning signs of this systemic disaster without the help of a time traveler. Modern cybersecurity experts are already pointing to these same vulnerabilities in our power grids and banking software. Yet these warnings are largely ignored by the people building them. By integrating every aspect of our lives into a single, unexamined network, we are actively building the exact conditions required for a total collapse. When the logistics of human life depend entirely on a digital leash, that leash becomes our most significant single point of failure. The legend of 2036 serves as a roadmap for the vulnerability we continue to create.